Come on, guys. Let's go that way. Down with TPP! Down with TPP! Down with TPP!
I'm just interested in what media is here, and hi.
We have reached our destination.
So I was just trying to read this guy's media pass, and he flipped it around and didn't let me see it. KUSI News, he didn't let me see his media pass. You guys, I don't know if you can hear me before. I'm kind of walking away from the news, all the noise, so you can hear better. Orange Crew is live streaming, so if you guys tune into Orange Crew, you'll probably get like a video. I'm probably not giving you a video today. I see that there's some chat, but I have to go into the shade. I'm gonna go over here into the shade and see if I can read the chat. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here we're now at the Hilton, where the TPP meeting is. Just to recap, we marched and we marched through an outdoor mall. I forgot the name of the mall. I used to live here in San Diego. It's one of the most popular malls here in San Diego, and I think that was like one of the funnest things. Just marching through the mall and like just seeing the looks on the people's faces. That was awesome. So a lot of the people from inside the Hilton have come out and they have their cell phones out here, and they're videotaping.
TPP.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of speakers that we want to start us off. Some people that have traveled from a long way to get here and join us today. We're going to start off with a friend who, I'm going to make sure they're here. Okay. Awesome. So, here's a lovely person who came all the way from New Zealand, and I can't remember the original name for New Zealand, but hopefully you can share it with all of us. Mrs. Jerry Kelsey. Round of applause! Kia ora. I'm Jane from Aotearoa, which is the proper name for New Zealand. We are one of the other 8 countries whose supposed representatives are in this building secretly negotiating the Trans-Pacific Partnership deal without our permission, without our consent, and without telling us what they're doing. And we say to them, shame! 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 When they talk about this agreement and they try to justify it, they say it's an agreement for the 21st century, a gold standard, not only for the 9 countries in there, but for the whole of the Asia Pacific. They have this grand plan for a free trade area of the Asia Pacific. That is an agreement of the 1%, by the 1%, for the 1%. And we say to them about that, shame! 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 When they say an agreement for the 21st century, we know what the challenges are for the 21st century. We know not only in rich countries like ours, but in poor countries that they're trying to suckle into this deal, that poverty is a daily reality. We know that under the neoliberal policies since the 1980s, inequality has increased most dramatically in our rich countries. Poverty has remained endemic in poor countries, but the rich have got richer and the poor have got poorer in our countries as well. We know that job insecurity is a daily reality for too many people in our countries. We know that child poverty means that children's future is crippled from the day that they are born. We know that the corporations who were responsible for the global financial crisis are still creaming the corporate welfare that the governments then say raises too much debt, so they have to cut education and health and support for the poor. And we say to them that their agreement is a dirty agreement. It is not in our name, and we say, shame, 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 shame. Now you in North America know about NAFTA. We in Aotearoa are incredibly fortunate that our long-term battle for anti-nuclear realities means the US did not want to sign a free trade agreement with us. And for us, the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement is foremost a license for US companies to be able to come in and continue to plunder our country in the way that the privatizers, the finance companies, and all the other corporations that have no soul and bottomless coffers have sought to do so, not only since the 1980s, but in our case, since the periods of colonization in the 1840s. And we say to them, shame, 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 shame. Now, one of the worst things of this agreement, as you know only too well in NAFTA, is that it's a Bill of Rights for foreign companies. Not only do they get leverage to influence us and our decision making in ways that we as ordinary citizens don't have to do in our national governments, but they get the right to sue our governments in secret offshore tribunals if our governments don't listen to them and introduce new policies and laws that undermine their profits. So we see all sorts of cases now emerging. Chevron, that paragon of environmental virtue that has desecrated the Amazon basin, had a huge, long lawsuit, and the irony is that they said they didn't think that they could get a fair trial in the US courts, so they wanted it moved to the courts of Ecuador. They asked for it to be moved. After 16 years of battles, they lost. They then went to one of these secret offshore tribunals, and that tribunal has ordered the government of Ecuador not to allow the $18 billion award against Chevron to clean up the Amazon basin that has desecrated the lives of millions of indigenous peoples. That cannot be enforced for years until this hearing is over. That's the power they've got. Our comrades here from the Philippines, yay, the Philippines! They know how these kinds of disputes are simply used as threats. Fraport has had a case against the Philippine government. It has cost $48 million in legal costs, and at the end of that, it's going to start all over again. Now that's what we call the chilling effect, so that governments don't do what the corporations don't want them to do. Even in rich countries like ours, Australia and New Zealand are trying to have plain packaging of tobacco. Philip Morris is suing us, is suing Australia and threatening to sue us, again in these offshore tribunals. This is a company that knows its products kill people. And it is bringing disputes against our governments because they want to stop us saving the lives of our people. And we say to them, shame, 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 shame. Now why would anyone want to be a part of this? It's even worse that Mexico and Canada now have signed up. But they signed up without being able to see the text that they're signing up to and that they're not allowed to change. Now talk about a sellout of sovereignty. This is extraordinary, and our comrades in Japan are fighting a really big rearguard action to stop them going down the same path. We have lots of resistances. Resistances in almost all of the TPPA countries. Our resistances have been so effective that they have retreated behind closed doors with unprecedented secrecy. And so what is happening today is incredibly important. Now in Aotearoa, we don't call it the TPP because it's not a partnership. We call it the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement because the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement really stands for taking people's power away. So I want you to join as I finish in a song that we have in Aotearoa. No way TPP ain't taking people's power away. 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 No way TPP. So I leave you guys with a message of solidarity and with a slogan that was a slogan of Māori resistance during the colonial wars of the 19th century. Ka whawhai tonu mātou ake, ake, ake. The struggle will continue forever and ever and ever. Kia ora.